That's Patrick with Light Source Engraving.
That's Steve, the hobo with wood.
And up there you got Louisiana Hobby Guy. And together we are the
LaserMakersRealm.
Realm.
The LaserMakersRealm. Realm.
Yeah, the what they said.
Go around in another circle. Hello, everybody.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. No, we're past that already.
Is that RC?
It is RC, my friend.
You got the royal crown? Oh, my. I didn't know they still made that.
I didn't know they still made it either. I haven't seen that in stores in a long time.
All I drink, brother. And unfortunately for me, they have them at the dollar store, and the 2 liters all day long are $1.25.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Now,
cheap.
this isn't directed towards you in any way, but my great-grandmother used to drink that stuff all the time when I was a kid.
Yep.
That's old people pop soda, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that was my grandfather's drink of choice. Yes, sir.
Glass bottles.
So tonight, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. We're good.
All right. Tonight we are doing the chuck rotary for the LaserMATIC 20, 30, whatever you might have, the Mark II. And all 3 of us have one with our new lasers. We're going to talk about the setup and how to use it and demonstrate it. I used it for the first time today, as a matter of fact. And actually, I can show you what I did. This is the one I will be doing tonight. Let me get this, cover my face. There we go. Let's see. So the weekend hooker, which is a fish. We do have, I'm going to redo this one on another cup. I'm not going to redo that particular one, but I have some other graphics. But Patrick over there has got something top secret in the background. Don't know what that is. And he won't tell us what it is. And I think we're giving it away. Is that right, Patrick?
Yes, we are going to give it away.
So
it's just that piece of cardboard that says top secret.
That's what you're giving away.
Use in the background of your videos or whatever you want, your Christmas pictures. It'd be pretty cool.
So you're giving away the piece of cardboard.
Correct. And what's behind it. And what's
behind it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll give away what's behind it.
All right, everybody.
And what's behind it is my project that was done on, well, most of it was done on the Rotary, on the truck Rotary.
Cool.
And I'll be demonstrating that this evening.
So we're going to hold off on the Q&A until later on in the stream. You guys can chat all you want in the comments. That's fine. But if you have questions, just hold off on those until a little bit later when we get to the Q&A part of the live stream. In the meanwhile, we're going to talk about how we have this set up. So there's mine. It's all set up on the LaserMATIC 30. Actually, I have the 30-watt module in there.
Rich, before we go too far with that, not everybody with the LaserMATIC has the chuck rotary. Some of them still have just the friction rotary. And am I correct in thinking that the only difference between the setups, as far as setting up the rotary and using it, is just that saved position in the software, right? So if you don't have the chuck rotary, this still applies to you guys.
Yes.
So don't check out.
So before we get started, I want to scroll back up here and just say welcome to Terry Lee Bailey, who is a new member that just joined the website. So
welcome, thank you.
Welcome to Terry, and I want to say thank you to Lewis. Lewis is our first donor of the night, $10 super sticker. And just so that you all know, if this is your first time here, any donations that are, there's a little $sign right below the comments, and any donations that anybody makes, it goes to the guys so that we can make more stuff and give more stuff away. But yeah, you're right, Steve. So let me switch over to the software real quick. And Patrick, can you make me bigger, Steve? Whatever.
Yep.
You got it. I didn't do that. There we go.
Let me know when you're ready.
Good.
Okay, so we've got, these are the graphics I'll be doing tonight. And if we come over here to the move tab, you'll see that in the save positions right now, I have it set to the chuck rotary. But if you have a regular LaserMATIC, these are all the 5 positions are still going to be in there. So yeah, that's pretty much what Steve was just talking about. So this applies to both. And there's Patrick's. Oops, wrong person. Get out of the way, Steve. So Patrick has the chuck rotary set up, but you can use either one. It makes no difference. I don't know what he's doing there. He's got
I'm just tightening it down with the key.
Oh, a wooden dowel.
So that's, yep. So it's tight and ready to go.
I'm scared now.
And you're using the champagne glass holder on the other end? The level?
Yeah, I do
level.
have it on the other end, just to give it a little bit of support, because it's a 2-inch diameter wooden dowel.
Yeah, and then there's also a part somebody asked me today about this little round piece right here. This screws into that part, the champagne glass leveler. And you can use this like on Christmas balls or anything that's round, a round object. So this screws right into that. Really simple setup. I was talking to Steve before the live stream, and I didn't even take out the owner's manual for this one because I know that when I imported the file from the USB stick, all the settings were already there and made for me. And one of the nice things about using the LaserMATIC is that all of your settings are imported from the USB stick. So you don't have to deal with anything. So you just take your graphics, size it, and hit start. And that's pretty much what we're going to do tonight. And that's what I did. This was my very first one on the chuck roller. Earlier today, I did a video that'll be coming out tomorrow morning on the entire unboxing and setup from scratch. And I'm going to do a couple more tumblers tonight. And I'm just dying to see what's under that top secret box.
I know you are, aren't you?
I'm scared.
Now, this is driving me, Patrick. I'm telling you.
I did consult the owner's manual because the chuck rotary comes with 2 different sizes of jaws. So I wanted to see which one would better fit this 2-inch wooden dowel. So it was nice having that handy reference.
Well, the reason
are you wanting me to unveil this thing now?
Not yet. I want to wait to see what you're engraving because you already alluded to the fact that what you did on your rotary is underneath that box. And now
that's something to do with the dowel.
A big 2-inch dowel. I'm scared. I want to see what you're doing here.
Yeah, right. We already got a clue there, so we know that it's going to be made from a dowel anyway.
Yes.
It's an empty box. Chris says it's an empty box.
new member. Thank you, Moses.
Thank you, Moses. Welcome aboard. And if you guys want to join as members, that helps out too. I think it's like $4 a month. And
this engrave takes about 45 minutes, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get it started.
Yeah, yep. Get it.
Go ahead. And
go ahead and get her done.
You know what? We can get to the comments in just a little bit. The only thing that I want to do is show what to do in Lightburn with this because it's different than other lasers. So I am going to switch over. Well, actually, before I do that, let me put myself in full screen.
There you go.
Yeah, and I'm going to switch over to Lightburn, and hopefully that's up on the screen now.
It is.
So what we have to do, let me turn the machine on first. This way we've got some communication. All right, so the very first thing that you need to do is enable your rotary. And that's going to be up here. There's the little well, it could be over here too. On some setups, it's going to be up here. Or you can go to Laser Tools and Rotary Setup. So there are a couple of different ways to do it. You can come over to the Laser tab. If you have this enabled in your device settings, you can enable it from here, which is what I'm going to do. And we don't have to do any settings. none whatsoever. So we're going to come to the Move tab, and on the Move tab, what we're going to do is make sure that we have the chuck rotary enabled here. And let me switch to the laser. And if I click Go, it's going to move that to the exact position center of that rotary. So that's all set up. Now on the laser tab, there's one other thing you have to do. I always work in absolute coordinates. We can't work in absolute coordinates on this. So we're going to switch to user origin, and we're going to set the origin in the center like that. And this is the way that I like to work. And I will use cut selected graphics. As you see, I'll have that ticked on right here. So whichever graphic that I select is the graphic that it's going to cut. So there you go. And actually, I think I'll probably just, first thing I'll do is just copy these and delete them, because I'm not sure. I don't use this position much, so I'm not sure if that's going to be right. But anyway, so we're in user origin, and you can see the little green dot right there in the middle. That's where I want it to be. So apparently you do have to have a clean slate here in order for this to work. So this is my graphic. There's no setup in the laser tools like you do with other rotaries. So if we were to go to rotary setup, there's nothing to do here except enable the rotary. That's it. So you just pick whether you have the chuck or the roller. I have the chuck, so I'm going to leave it alone. And that's it. This down here is just a calculator. It has nothing to do with anything. I don't even figure out what my circumference is.
I
use that for full wraps and figuring
Yeah,
out my graphics.
if you're gonna do a full wrap, then you have to use this. But I'm using a tapered drink glass tonight, so I'm not going to do a full wrap on it. So I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to leave it the way it is.
But
and we have Jeff Benedict became a member earlier today, so he's not going to show up as becoming a member in chat. And then we also have
awesome. Thank
Cal
you, Jeff.
W1IZL became a member. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
now,
so just
before you jump too far, now Patrick mentioned about doing it in a wrap, but don't you need to put that in if you're doing the two graphics?
If you're doing a full wrap, you do, yeah. I'm using a tapered drink cup tonight, so I'm not going to be doing a full wrap on it. So only thing I need to do is look at my graphic and look at the size up here. How big do I want this graphic? And on this little 3.5-inch drink cup, I want it to be about 2 inches. So that's all I have to do here is just size it and turn it sideways like that. And to turn it, you just press the period key, turns it to the right. The comma key turns it to the left when it's selected. And this job is ready to run. All I have to do is set my cuts and layers. This is what I had set from earlier today. I ran it at 25,050. I think I'm going to bump this up to 30,000. And I'm going to leave this, maybe I'll put this at 60. No, I'll just put it at 55. That's good like that. I've got a 3% overscan on it. And that's all I need to do right there. No matter where I put this on the workbed, it doesn't matter because we're in current position over here. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Current position. So current position center is where we want it to be. So now if I switch back over to the laser, you'll see how this works if I hit frame. See? That is the center right there. So what I'd want to do is just jog it over a little bit, and I'll jog it over to the right. And let's say that I've got my tumbler in there. I'll put one in a minute. So now it's probably close to the right position if I hit frame. That looks about right. Once I get a tumbler in there, we'll know for sure. And we're ready to run this job. So pretty easy setup. There's no setup involved in this whatsoever.
All right, I'm going to frame mine one more time so they can see this frame, and then might want to watch the beginning of this engrave.
Hang on one second. Let's just say hello to Cal W1.
We did.
Oh, okay. And Chuck.
Chuck, thank you for your generous support of this channel.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are a true supporter and a huge blessing, and thank you.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
So let me make Patrick a little bigger now. I mean, there really is no setup, literally no setup on this. Patrick's using picture-in-a-picture. Look at that.
I am.
I'm going to have to do that too. I got to keep up with the Joneses. All right, so Patrick's got his job started.
Yeah, I thought everybody would want to see this thing going back and forth and back and forth. It's very accurate.
I'm going to go set mine up in the meanwhile. And Steve looks bored.
No, I'm just watching. I'm truly concerned about what's under that box.
Yeah, not the only one.
I'm going to bring this camera down to the front so you can see it actually engraving.
All right, so I'm going to set mine up. Oops, this camera is in a bad spot here.
So I'm going to try not to make this make you too motion sick.
I'm not going to use the key, the chuck key, just because, well, it's not necessary. I could just take and turn the cup like that and hold the other side. The only thing that I am going to do is make sure that it's level, which it should be from this morning, and it is. And it should be focused from this morning as well. And I think I'm just going to raise the focus just a little bit on this. Take it slightly out of focus. And mine is ready to run. So now all I have to do is frame it and maybe move it once or twice and see if it's in the right spot.
Now, if you guys have noticed, this is running an offset fill for my first layer. So this is an offset fill, and it gives it a really cool pattern.
Oh, yeah. I love the offset fill look.
But you can actually run the offset fill on your rotary.
That's cool.
So right now I'm just framing it to make sure it's in about the right spot where I want it. I think that looks pretty good.
Little to the left.
Maybe a little to the right.
I mean to the right.
Yeah. I'll move it 5 millimeters over and try it again. Yeah, I think that looks good right there. So I've got this all set up at 30,055. And I think I'm ready to hit start. You know, this is a live stream. Something's going to go wrong. I feel like I'm doing this too fast. But here we go.
My offset fill is running at the speed of 15,000 and power 100 and an interval of 0.1. No, sorry. My interval is 0.25.
And I've just got a standard 275 LPI on mine. Mine's just a regular graphic. The beauty about using that current position and the center is that I can move it by hand and position the graphic anywhere that I want. And I know that it's going to line up perfectly.
In this part of the offset fill, you'll notice it's going about 2/3 of the way around that to complete that offset fill. It's on the outer.
Yeah, I just noticed you all connected there.
Yep.
And it looks like mine's about halfway done. Easiest setup I've ever done on a roller accessory because all of the settings were already in there. I'm so used to, in the past, if you've seen any of my past videos, I'm used to having to set the distance that the laser travels because the manufacturers never tell you what it is. And like on the X tool, for instance, they said it was 162, and it turned out to be like 148 or something like that. So they even gave the wrong numbers. You see, mine's almost done already.
Not having to fight to find your steps for rotation is awesome with the chuck rotary. And even when I used the roller rotary,
yep, same thing
on the 10, the numbers were there, and it was just easy.
What are you doing, Patrick?
Chris, I gotta put this comment up here. Actually, I was just talking with the guys, Chris, about this, and actually it was just Steve last night. We were chatting last night, looking around on Amazon, and I think I'm gonna go with the cutoff sleeves is gonna be like my brand. Now I have about 12 of those shirts, 6 gray and 6 black. So I want to get different colors. This way people don't think I'm wearing the same shirt every day.
I was going to move that box, but it's stuck. So it's just going to have to stay there for a little while longer.
Why don't you just take the box off? Oh, you know what I wanted to do? How did you do that?
Yeah. So how did you do that camera?
On your A10 picture-in-picture, and then you can move it wherever you want it.
There I am.
On that thing that I don't. On that thing that I don't have.
Oh wait, I can go to another side or the bottom or the bottom right. I think I'll stay on the top right next to Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, you're over there.
There you are.
All right, so mine is finished, and we can go take a look at it real quick. Actually, I'm not going to take a look at it just yet. I think I'm going to run it on both sides. And let's see. So this is the middle right here. So all I have to do is line these two pieces up on the other side, and I'll be in the middle like that.
Yep.
And then I'll just hit start again.
What are you running back there, Steve? Did you say what you were doing?
No.
Okay. I didn't think you did.
I didn't want to do tumblers, and I don't know what the heck you're doing. But I went and found some bamboo utensils and bamboo utensil holders, and so I'm doing.
Nice.
Bless This Kitchen, and then on the flip side, it'll be monogram.
So tonight we've got a top secret project. We've got a drink cup, and we've got the kitchen utensils. Cool.
Yeah, in fact, what I'll do is because those won't be terrible to ship. If somebody, if you think that'd be something somebody won't, I'll do 2 of those as a giveaway. Monogram.
Cool. Yeah, we can do some giveaways tonight. The top secret. I can give away this drink cup and maybe the tumbler as well. I know I'm a little tiny picture there, but I've got this tumbler as well that I'm going to do.
I see it. I see that picture in that tumbler.
And then this is what I played with, getting familiar with the rotary. I found these at the Mighty Dollar. So, and everything at the dollar store and the Mighty Dollar, everything now is $1.25. But red pint glasses, or rose colored, and a quote from F. Scott Fitzgerald. Here's the alcohol, the rose colored glasses of life.
Nice.
I like that. That's cool.
And I made a set of 4 of these that I'll sell local. I ain't going to try and ship glass. But now, one thing I will tell everybody, especially if you're not familiar with the rotary, if you're going to be doing your first rotary project and it's the first time you're working with this bamboo or that tumbler or whatever, you need to have one that you're going to use for testing.
Yep.
And I don't care how many times you've done a rotary engraving. I don't care if you've done it 1,000,000 times. You're going to do one that looks like that. And then 10 minutes later, you're going to do one that's sideways because you forgot to rotate.
I did not turn my mic down.
Nope, I didn't turn mine down either.
I'm actually right here. Here, we can check in on top secret.
Well, you know that on a live stream, something's going to happen. It looks like mine got stuck. It's engraving the same spot.
Cool.
Yeah.
See if it'll cut through it.
It probably will if I leave it like that. I don't know why it got stuck. That's weird.
Yeah, I have not had an issue like that. What are you doing, Pat? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Patrick, is that camouflage?
Maybe.
Is that camo?
It might be. It might
right.
not.
We know he likes to engrave clips and guns, and now he's got a camouflage 2-inch battering ram.
It looks like my plug wasn't all the way in. So that's what happened there.
What was it?
My plug. My plug wasn't all my wire, my cable wasn't all the way in.
Okay.
So that's my fault. User error. Now what did I do with that?
You know, and I'm glad you said that. Because 90% of the problems when people complain about something, it's user error.
Yeah, I think 100% of the problems are.
To complete this project, I actually have to use the CO2 galvo for one part. And then the other part I've already completed using the LaserMATIC without the rotary.
Yeah.
So I have three different parts of this project to bring it into one complete project.
So there is mine. I will run another one of these because they got stuck on the back side. So, which is my fault for not plugging that cable all the way in. And it looks like I can probably lower this power a little bit. I'll leave it where it is. I think that's a pretty good result right there.
All right, now on the bamboo, if you do find yourself getting any of these things, the one thing that I learned, bamboo, it ain't round.
Yeah.
It ain't round. So if you're going to engrave both sides of it, which you can easily set this up with a double graphic, which I have done, and I could just have sent this job and it burned both sides. But because of the oblong shape, I don't do that. I do the one image, then I rotate to the next position, then I check focus because of the irregular shape of the bamboo.
Okay, while you guys are talking, I'm going to throw another cup on there and get it level. I'll take that out of full screen.
I think Rich's cup is painted steel, so you couldn't be able to re-anodize it. I was just reading a comment there.
Yeah.
Said it out loud.
Yeah, I'll use that one for testing.
Yep. What I do is spray paint them and then use them for testing.
I think maybe because I didn't tighten it, that may be the reason why it slipped in there. I don't know. I'm gonna tighten it this time.
Oh, and recheck your level on these lovely pieces of bamboo.
We have entered layer 2.
Layer 2.
Yep, this is a 3-layer engrave.
Oh, there is one thing that I want to mention about this. When you first turn the laser on, you better have that module raised all the way up, because it'll crash right into that roller accessory. So I discussed that in the video that I have coming out tomorrow. And this time I hope that plug is all the way in. And let's see.
Oh my!
Oh, that was a good guess. 65 millimeters. That frame looks pretty good.
All right. Does anybody know what Patrick's doing? Anybody?
Nope.
Anybody in the comments know what Patrick's doing?
Nope.
Now, if you guys want to see what's behind the top secret, I'll show you. You just say when.
I'm not
Maybe.
sure what Gail's talking about. Gail says that it'll crash into the top of the enclosure too.
If you go too high, it will.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I noticed that today. You can take it too high.
Yeah. Well, I do most everything with the lid open. So
No, it'll hit the back of the laser.
Yeah.
On the back with the lid open, the top of the frame of the enclosure where the hinges are at for the lid.
Yeah.
You can actually take the laser module high enough that if the laser tries to go back there, the thumb adjuster screw will hit that.
I'm guessing that Steve is speaking from experience here.
Yes, I am. All right. While we're waiting on some of these, I'm going to look through here for some of the questions and comments.
Hey, Paul from Parkersburg. I'm over in Parkersburg.
Chris is making a comment about maybe making a mark to index it so you know the opposite sides. Chris, on the jaws on this thing, it's only 3 jaws. So if you set the single jaw at top dead center to begin with, to go 180, the other 2 jaws are at 10 and 2.
Yeah.
So that's easy enough to index.
And welcome to Kevin, new member. And on this chuck, it's easy to index it for the second side as well, because you've got those points.
Yeah, just rotate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
I like these guesses in the comments.
Read them out. What are you seeing?
I see. It looks like a rolling pin with the center removed.
Yeah.
A giant pepper grinder. Let's see. There's another one. Splattered cowl design. Camo silencer. So yeah, those are fun.
Let's see here. And this is no, because you're doing it, because you've leveled the cup. Rick Nuts. If you're doing a tapered tumbler like you are, Rich, wouldn't you have to change something in the settings so your doing a circle emblem like Rich's, so it doesn't look oblong.
This one is not tapered that much. It's a very slight taper, so it's going to be really close, like within a millimeter or so. Otherwise, yes, I would have reduced the height by about 10%.
Jerry said ink blotter roller. What are those patterns you look at, and then you know, they hold them up, you look at them, and then you're supposed to say what you see? I'm drawing a blank. That's what that comment reminded me of. The Rotary does have a tilt adjustment. There's a question right there. Just saw come up.
Yep.
Yes, it does. It does tilt. It'll tilt. I think it'll go 90 degrees.
Yeah, it'll actually go 180.
Yeah, Rorschach test.
Yeah.
It'll flip 180. If you're doing an
It'll go
oversized tumbler, you'd have to flip it the other way, remove the bottom, and raise the machine up. I'm going to talk about that in a moment.
Yeah, Rorschach test. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay. I'm thinking Wendy might know something, because Wendy's asking everybody, please go ahead and give the thumbs up before Patrick removes the box.
Yeah, listen, if you're in the stream right now, hit that thumbs up button, the like button underneath the video. That helps us to get more people watching the videos in the future.
What is the maximum? Okay, there's a question. Are you are you
go ahead. If you've got something, go ahead. You go ahead if you've got something.
All right. This one was, what is the maximum length of the chuck? For example, if I wanted to engrave a wooden rolling pin, how big would the workspace be? Basically, it's the length of the interior of the rolly. So what the LaserMATIC?
It looks like, I'll measure it in a moment. I think it's like somewhere around 12 inches.
Yeah, that's that dowel is 225 millimeters wide, as you're looking at it right there.
Looks like you can go almost 300, right at 300. Looking at the tape measure.
And I think you guys talked about this a second ago. Did you guys turn your mics down? The machines are quiet. Yeah, the machines are super quiet. My exhaust fan taken out the window is louder than the laser is. Okay,
so we got some kind of problem on my chuck, because it's doing the exact same thing. Now that's 2 tumblers in a row in the exact same position.
I've had that happen with light burn on the CO2 before with the Rotary.
Somebody else mentioned in the comments that they've had issues with light burn doing that.
And Patrick, did you ever figure out what the issue is?
I did not.
Maybe I should just restart it.
Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Restart it and the machine and see what happens.
Marcella, if you're referring to those red glasses that I just showed, those I got at my local Mighty Dollar. The name on them is E-Pure. Let's see. Yeah, E-P-U-R-E. E-Pure Glass. And I got them at the Mighty Dollar. Whether or not they'd be at your Mighty Dollar, I don't know. Or even if you have a Mighty Dollar. But I did find E-Pure Glass on Amazon. E-P-U-R-E. E-Pure Glass. And these are just rose tinted. It's not actually rose glass, because I noticed that whenever the laser was marking and etching the glass, it's some kind of coating that's on the surface of the glass. I'm guessing after about a year in the dishwasher, these would no longer look pink.
When were we going to mention the next live stream challenge?
Right now. In fact, I don't know if the winner of my laser happens to be in here. Speak up and let us know you got it. It's working, or are you too busy playing on your laser to even join us now? Are you too good for us now that you have a Rolly LaserMATIC? But Patrick has still got his to give away, guys. And what are we going to have to do to give away Patrick's laser, Patrick?
Well, it is boxed up, cleaned. I actually cleaned it and ready to go. And I think we are looking for 350. Is that correct? So we want 350 likes, 350 concurrently watching, viewing the stream. And the next stream that we get to 350 and 350, that laser is going to find a new home.
Very good, folks. So y'all heard that. You want a laser or a chance at it? You got to start sharing this and telling all your friends about it.
I think I'm also going to check my wire just to make sure.
Yep. So starting not tonight, but in 2 weeks, starting with that live stream, the next stream that we get 350 and 350, we're going to give away another laser. Let's see. We do have some more guesses here. Let me pop up some guesses on the screen. Let's see. We have Wendy, who says a fancy noodle designer.
Oh,
We have a puzzle, terrain map.
terrain, okay?
Yep, terrain map. Then a leaf pattern. A Guernsey cow roller. I think I said that right.
Yep. Oh. Ah. All right, let's see. No.
Let's see how much progress we made here. We're getting there, about 73% through. We said it would take, this one takes about 45 to 50 minutes.
Make me full size screen there, Patrick. So
You are there.
There's one side and rotate her around, and she's monogrammed.
I like it. That looks good.
So and these are great gift ideas, guys. I mean, $5 at the dollar store, and you know, personalize it. I've been advertising this on my personal site here, local, for $19.95. You know, as a great gift idea for family. They get Thanksgiving dinner. Say, here you go. Thanks for cooking my dinner.
I like it.
I still am totally clueless on what you're doing.
I don't think anybody will ever guess it.
Rich, there's been several
But
questions.
you can see, oh, here, if you look right here, you'll see the seam from the pattern. And it's lining up pretty darn precise there.
Yes, it is.
And
Rich?
I'll go ahead and tell everybody, it is camouflage pattern.
Okay.
So there's 3 different layers of camouflage.
Are they burning at different powers?
Yes, one was the offset field, the other one is currently running. And it's burning at, let's see, the one right now is the speed of 12,000, power of 100, interval of 0.1 to get that darker engraved. And then the next one will run at speed of 18,000 in an interval of 0.25. So it'll be faster, and it'll be running faster with a wider line distance. So it'll be a lighter color engraved.
Are you going to be able to? Are you going to be able to carry this on an airplane?
I don't know if it's on the TSA prohibited list or not.
Okay. Did we mention Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Didn't want to miss nobody. Tony has been asking several times, Rich, if you're going to be engraving your shirt.
My shirt?
Yeah, he asked earlier, and I didn't know what exactly with any clarity.
Yeah, I can do that.
You're going to
I'll engrave my I'll engrave my logo on the black one.
I want to see you use the laser and cut the sleeves off of it.
Now I'm starting to get worried about doing the second side on this. I don't want to ruin 3 in a row. I mean, I can paint them and use them for testing, but I only need 1 to test. Oh, and you know what? Oh, who said that it was a problem with Lightburn? I know, Patrick, you've had the problem before, but
there were a couple comments in the stream here about people having the same issue in Lightburn.
Really? And did they ever get it resolved? Is the question.
Let's see. In fact, HTL Holsters is one of them here. It says, Rich, my Rotary does things like that in Lightburn as well. It's frustrating.
And I know he's using a Chuck Rotary and a fiber laser.
Yeah. He said, I'm going to have to check that on mine. So,
you know what I think I'll do? I think I'll home it in between jobs.
Yeah, I've not had an issue.
I've been burning it. Well, we're talking about doing double-sided, 2 separate jobs, though. It could have something to do with that. I think I'll home it in between jobs. See if that works. Have you done 2 separate jobs like I'm doing? Engrave one and then the other?
That one I did just now. Because of that oblong bamboo, I didn't, even though I had it set up as one graphic, I did 2 different burns because I had to refocus and reset everything. So, yeah, I did not rehome it between jobs.
Well, maybe it's my copy of Lightburn.
I have not, the entire time I've been using it, what I do once the job is finished, I just jog it north 55 millimeters and clear and then reload it and bring it back and go right back to work. So I have not been rehoming it anytime I've been engraving. Chris,
that's the only thing I can think that it is. So I think I'm going to do that.
Oh,
Chris,
go right ahead.
Chris suggested on my pink glasses on the other side of it, or beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. That would have been a good one. I like this one because it is F. Scott Fitzgerald. What was it? The Beautiful and the Damned, or something like that. I forget now which novel it was, but and I just thought that was appropriate. It's a pint glass in alcohol, and they are the alcohol is the what is it? The beer goggles or the rose-colored glasses of life, or beer goggles. There you go.
When I was doing the testing for this, I was running each layer separately. So I'd run a layer and then stop and then run a layer. And I ran into an issue where I did the first layer and then was monkeying around with something in there, and I spun the rotary. So I got it out of alignment. There is a command that you can enter in the console. It's $1 equals $250. $1 equals 255.
That locks
it. Type in $1 255. It activates the stepper motors and locks them in place.
Yeah.
So if you had something like that you didn't want to move around, if you type that in the console, it'll lock your steppers. Or you could add that as your ending G code in Lightburn. That way it will lock the steppers.
Huh.
That's a little tip to keep your if you don't want that moving around, freewheeling it in between your layers.
Yep.
Royal says thank you for all the help and information. It's much appreciated. And then he goes on to ask, did you rotary the glass by itself, or did you spray it with something?
Hey, let me just follow up on what Patrick just said. When
Okay.
if you do that, don't forget to do $1 = 25 after you're done
Yeah, to unlock it.
to unlock it. Yeah. Let me just make sure it's in the right spot.
And Royal, no, I didn't spray the glass with anything. I've got a secret material that I use anytime I'm doing glass, whether it's colored glass or clear glass. Just masking tape. That's a big roll of masking tape, but it's just masking tape. I find that is the easiest thing. There are a lot of people out there who will spray, or they'll use tempera paint, or they'll do all kinds of different things. But I'll just rip off a piece of this, wrap it around the area I'm going to engrave, send it through the laser, and that will burn. And I actually did it with a, I don't know if I did it with a crosshatch. Yeah, I did it with a crosshatch. The first burn kind of burns through the paper a little bit and puts the residue on there. And the second one just really cleans everything up, and it keeps the laser from penetrating all the way through.
Mike Doyle, thank you for your super chat.
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate it.
And the masking tape is the easiest thing in the world to clean up after the fact. No stink, no smell, no paint thinners, just soap and water. What do you guys
now?
What do you guys use for glass?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Which laser?
Well, with a diode. Have you engraved glass with your diode yet?
Yeah, I have these little sheets that you wet and you just lay it on top. I got them from Ortour. I used to use tempera paint, the black paint. Oh, it looks like it's stopping again in the middle of the job. Yep, it sure is. I don't know what's going on here. So,
and you already did that successfully with your demo video today.
Yes, I did.
So I would think it's more of a software issue than a hardware issue, because it worked.
Yeah, I don't know what the issue is, but it is not doing what it's supposed to do.
This is the Blaze orange coating that is you can put on glass. It was originally made for sandblasting, so you could put this on your glass, laser it off, and then sandblast the area. But when using a CO2, if you put this on glass, it actually can give you a better result without as much cracking and chipping, so you get a smoother engraved. But it's called Blaze. Shoot, I'm drawing a blank on who makes it. But I use this with the CO2. The diode, the last few times I did it, I had used, I think, tempera paint on it. So that's what it was coated with.
All right. Well, these, I used just the regular masking tape, and I did a crosshatch with a 0.1 line interval, 254 lines per inch, 720 millimeters a minute, and 100% power. 720 and 100% crosshatch. And it looks really good, but you can really, it etched the glass, but it's not beat up or chewed up. It feels good.
So you didn't use any of the brilliance or anything like that? No paint, nothing.
Just plain tape, just plain masking tape.
Is that for colored glass only, or colored and clear?
Well, I do it on clear as well. But when I did my first, it was funny. I think both of you guys were like, "Oh yeah, you need to be careful with that colored glass." Both of you warned me about potentially cracking it, and I don't know where it's at now. The only glass I cracked all weekend was a clear one. I did not have success with my clear glass, but the rose colored work great. 720 and 100% power and a crosshatch.
That's good. That's good to know. I'll have to experiment with some glass with the diode and the masking paper. Because I have those glass vases from Dollar Tree, and with the UV or the CO2, man, they just want to crack and pop on you. So doing with the diode might be the best way to go for those.
Well, and at 720, it's going fast enough that it's not putting so much heat in that one place for too long that it's wanting to crack it. But doing the crosshatch, it lets it cool down a little bit between hitting that with the laser.
Let's see. Let me check status. 86% done. We're getting there.
And you've heard the guys, Jeff. I don't know that we can re-anodize any of the aluminum, but if you're going to use it for testing, you can always just respray it, paint it.
Yeah, I don't have the tools to do that, but you can't I can't re-anodize it.
No, but you can.
Most tumblers are either powder coated or like the steel one that Rich was doing first. That was a steel tumbler that was painted. So this one would be powder coated.
I'm not sure when you guys were talking about M7 or M8, but Ronnie's asking, tell us where that M7 or M8's located.
I did drop a link in the chat earlier.
Okay.
In your device settings.
Andy's asking, Rich, how much did you take the laser head out of focus?
It doesn't really matter because I'm not using high power. I had it in focus.
Yeah, I didn't pre-focus mine at all. Mine's focused right to the focus gauge.
Yeah. If you take it out of focus, it'll keep you from getting lines on the material underneath, the metal underneath.
This is my favorite part, is watching this thing just run lines around the engraves that it just did.
I'm not sure how big I want to make this graphic. I think that's probably good.
Now, see, Chris is thinking the same thing I am. Chris is looking at, is that a camo silencer? That's why I asked if you could carry this thing on the airplane or not.
I like how the offset fill, now that you know that it's camo, does give that leafy look.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like the veins in the leaves.
All right. So
now you'll see it's running on the third layer. So it has the wider line distance and further apart. So we get a lighter engrave.
Stacy's asking if you're running the 30-watt module, Rich, and are you running it 30 watt now or 10?
Yeah, I'm running at 30.
30. Patrick and I are still on the 20.
There is not that big of a difference. I did a video on it, the difference between the 20 and the 30. You know, I'm thinking that it might have been my graphic. May have had something to do with their graphic, so I'm trying a different one.
And this is a 3-layer engrave. So the first layer was the offset fill, second was that darker color fill, and the third is this lighter color.
Okay, so Uncle Ron here is having an issue. It says, rotary issue in light burn. I'm getting a second pass that skews and elongates from the bottom edge at a 45-degree angle, like a shadow fixed at the baseline set for one pass crosshatch.
Yeah, so mine wasn't getting stuck. It was kind of going backward and doing a second pass as well. I think there might be a bug in Lightburn.
Are you running 03 or are you on something special?
I'm on 4.03.
You are on 03? Well, that's what I'm on. You just want to be special.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem is with that. So I'm thinking that maybe it had something to do with the graphic. I don't know. We're going to find out in a minute, though, because I'm going to do the other side of this one.
And Mike is asking if you did $1.28 for the stainless before using your rotary.
No, we're just removing the anodized coating on that metal drink cup. So there was no need to do that.
Where is my? Oh, here we go. Since you brought it up, since you asked, here's my stainless that I did on the rotary, and I did not do $1.28. I used my Brilliance laser marking spray, and that's a permanent mark. And done it really, really quick. Spray it in about 7 minutes. It's dry, right into the rotary, and wipe it off with a towel. We're ready to go.
You know, these things always happen on a live stream. So
To you,
Yep. Normally, I have crap go wrong. Actually, the live stream I did last week with the HTL, his rotary screwed up. I'm not
Did it
sure
really?
exactly what screwed up on it during that one, but he had a live stream rotary gremlin.
at first I thought it was the plug, but now I'm thinking it was the graphic. I think it had something to do with the graphic because I had too many
that's working
layers.
fine there, right? That's looking good.
Yeah, well, this is the first one, so it's the second one that it has the problem with. We're going to find out in a moment because I've got the second one ready to burn. All right, so first side is done.
Larry Mitchell, does the rotary also attach to a cup from the inside? And yes, it will.
I am not going to home it in between jobs this time. I think I'm just going to cross my fingers. Should I make that a little bigger? No, I think that's about the right size. Yeah, that looks good.
And just acknowledging your question, whiteboard, I hope you heard the answers as we were conversing. I use just plain old masking tape on my glass. Hey, Jim. Jim said he's late, but he's here. But hey, Jim, why, since I come across you, if you're still here, I did see your request in Laser Makers Realm on Facebook, and I decided to start designing a Highland cow with a Santa hat just for you, sir. Don't know what I did with it, but I don't have it dialed in exactly like I want to. I shared a photo of it in the Facebook group, but it's looking something like that, a little Highland cow, and it'll be multi-layered with the red and white Santa hat. If I find it, I'll show you here in a little while. But glad you're here. And recapping, Charles, Rich is using the 30 watt. Patrick and I both using 20 watt.
Put my glasses on. I wanted to raise that up so you guys could see it.
And I did not see it. Hobo's or Jeff says that Dano replied. I haven't seen it in the comments, but Dano, if you're here, I hope you're enjoying that laser. Somebody's making some noise. And Gail, yeah, I thought about the same thing too. That's along the lines about could you carry it on the airplane or not? It's a weapon, some type of weapon. I didn't know if it was a kid's wooden rifle, and that I don't know.
Okay, so I think I'm right. Pretty sure it was the graphic. Yeah.
Yep. Everybody's on. Stacy's thinking this a camouflage zombie whapper.
And we're coming down to the home stretch now.
And a little one-on-one, yes, dollar stores are a gold mine if you have the imagination and the ability to convince somebody that what you've done is now worth $20 that you paid $1 for.
All right, guys. That worked just fine. I do have to clean this one up a little better. Hang on one second. So there is the finished product. This camera is a product camera. It's supposed to focus on the product. And I don't know why it's doing this. Why does it do this to me?
Because it's live stream, baby.
There you go. I still have to clean this up a little bit better. But there you can read all the writing. And on the other side, we've got the LMR. So, yeah.
Cool.
There, now it's focusing. And I don't know how close I can get. But can you see the little lettering way up on the top?
I can see there's lettering there, but I can't read it.
It says, it's very small. It says Rue Bourbon on one side and Rue Iberville on the other side. You can see it in person, but you can't really see it on the camera.
Oh yeah, you barely make it out there.
When I clean this up, it'll look better. But yeah, so this will be the giveaway for me tonight. And we're still waiting on Patrick. So
yeah, I'm done.
all right. Now, did you tell us what it was? Because I think my
no, not
laser
yet.
was too loud. Okay, take the box off, please.
Let's see. For assembly, this will be placed like that. I will have to cut this part that's not engraved off. So I can run out to the saw and do that.
Do it with the laser.
We could. All right. You want me to unveil this thing?
Yes, please. Oh, gee, it's a lamp. After all that.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that's cool too. I like it. And
I even engraved the lampshade.
Tonight. Now you make me feel bad giving away just a tumbler.
Now,
Look at that.
How did you engrave the lampshade? Is that what you did? The
With
fiber?
the CO2 galvo.
Oh, galvo. Okay.
But here's
Now, did you put a
version
picture on
1.
that too?
Very nice.
And then this has LaserMaker's Realm here.
Cool.
And then I designed it so that
hang
the
on.
cord.
Hold on a second because you're frozen. Let it
All
catch up.
Tell me when.
There we go. Well, maybe not.
Live streams, baby.
Yep.
Now, how did you do that?
I have.
Drill the hole.
I'll show you.
A square hole?
Oh, it's a square.
I have the top.
Oh, layers.
Then I have 2 pieces for the cord. And then the bottom.
Yeah.
The cord is resting right there in that channel.
Very good. Very good. That was
Very
glued
nice.
up. I was glued up so well it looked like it was one piece. And that's going to be your giveaway.
Yeah, this is the giveaway.
Can I enter?
Yeah, I'm not giving away the light bulb though. I really like these light bulbs, so I'm keeping the bulb. You can get your own bulb.
That is awesome.
But I'm going to. I think I might get this other one ready and give it away maybe during the next live stream because I have another lampshade to engrave, and these base pieces are already cut.
I'm gonna come back here.
Who guessed lampshade? Just
me
or lamp.
I did.
Like beforehand, like that was probably the furthest thing from your mind. That's why I said nobody will probably ever guess it.
Yeah,
but this was finished with the gun stock and then just a light layer of semi-gloss poly, wipe on poly. That was it.
Okay, hang on one second, Patrick. Put me in full screen for a second.
I still don't know how to do that.
Okay, I'm getting it.
Okay. Let me know when I'm there.
You're there.
You're there.
All right. So here was the problem. See all these layers?
Yeah.
That was the problem with this graphic. It was going back and doing these other layers separately. I don't know why. But yep. So it was definitely the graphic. And like Steve said earlier, it's always user error. This one came out perfect. So got the street sign, Iberville and Bourbon, and LaserMakersrealm Realm on the other side, LMR. This will be I feel inadequate now. This will be my giveaway tonight.
That's why it was top secret.
Okay, speaking of giveaway, now, if you want to win one of these 3 prizes for tonight, you have to type in the comments LMR. L for laser, M for makers, and R for realm. LMR. Nothing else. Put that in the comments, and you will be automatically entered in tonight's drawing.
Let there be light. And now, speaking of giveaways, since you brought up giveaways, there was a comment that was pinned at the very top of our chat. We haven't mentioned that yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pinned in the chat.
If you're not aware, if you didn't catch the live stream last night, the special announcement, Rich and Leo got together and have come up with this crazy idea that in between now and December 23rd, if you go to the link, share that link, Rich, on your banners. How do you do that?
It's at the top of the chat. All you have to do is click on it.
But don't you have a banner showing for it or no?
Oh, yeah, I do. Hang on.
If you go to this website and you order a LaserMATIC and any the 10, the 20, the 20, 30, whatever's available, they did have them all available, but
right there on the bottom
he may have already sold out of some of the inventory he had, but you can still pre-order. But on December 20, are you going to do the raffle drawing on the 23rd?
Yeah, he's not sold out yet. So right now you can order it at that link at the bottom of the screen, lahobbyguy.com/holiday. If you order your machine between now and December 23rd, on December 23rd, Leo and I are going to do a live stream, and we're going to draw at least 2 people that whoever bought between now and then, Leo is going to refund the entire amount.
100% of the order.
Even if you buy 2 lasers. Even if you buy 3 lasers.
if you're feeling froggy and you buy 2 lasers and you get drawn, you get both of them for free.
That's right.
Crazy. And he's selling them too cheap as it is, and now he's giving them away.
Yeah. Yeah. So lahobbyguy.com/holiday. That'll bring you to the Rolly Automation website. There are no commissions or anything involved here. with any of us. This is purely if you want to buy one of these machines.
He
You can buy
couldn't do. Yeah, he couldn't do commissions and
Yeah.
give away and sell them that cheap.
Yeah. So, and keep something else in mind too. This is probably, this is definitely the cheapest all-in-one laser on the market. There's no question about that.
And the price does not
Wait,
reflect.
not the cheapest, the most reasonable.
Yes, the price does not reflect the quality at all.
Exactly.
That's my major hang up about the price. I feel like when people say, "Oh, it's just a $9.99 or whatever he's got it at now," no, it's a $2,000 machine.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But anyway, enough of that. So Larry asked, and or somebody else did, but yes, you can come from the inside on the rotary.
Okay, talking about the rotary, I wanted to just talk about something real quickly that a lot of people are talking about, like in the Facebook group. So this is I think this is 24 ounces, and it does this just fine. But when you get up to like the 30 ounce, 32 ounce, 34 ounce, bigger ones, let me jump over there real quick and show you what needs to be done. So if we open this up, in the bottom here, this entire bottom plate comes out. 4 screws, you take the bottom plate out. You take the rotary, the chuck roller, and you turn it around. And you have to raise the laser up. So I use 4x4 blocks of wood. I've never done it yet, but that's what I'm going to use is 4x4 blocks of wood. I'm just going to raise it up, turn this around, put that end out that way over there, and flip this over 180 degrees. Then you can do really large tumblers. You can do coffee mugs with handles and things like that. So it is like a 5-minute setup to get it set up so that you can do that. But all you do, 4 screws to take the plate out. You flip this over to the other side, 180 degrees. I'll show you what I mean by that. I won't be able to do it right now because I've got the cable plugged in. You'd have to unplug the cable to do it. But like this, but you go all the way around, okay? And put this end out that side over there. And you might need to raise this up and put some weight on it too. But you can do any size that you want, just by removing the bottom.
Yeah, I end up having to stack weight on the base plate to counterbalance it.
Yeah, you do have to put some weight on there once you're outside that jigged area. But it is easy to do, and there's a lot of people that have questions about it, and that's really it. All you do is remove the bottom plate. I have these patent pending risers right here for that, and I'll just put this under the legs, one under each leg. You can actually cut it to 24 inches and put one on each side, make it easier, and that's it. And you flip the rotary around, then turn it over 180 degrees and raise it up a little bit, and you've got plenty of clearance to do whatever it is that you want to do. Very versatile machine, and it shouldn't take more than 3, 4, 5 minutes to set the whole thing up.
I'm giving you some bonus content using the CO2 Galvo to mark that burlap lampshade.
Very good. Matthew's asking, can you turn the chuck in light burn and not by hand?
Yes.
And, you can control the rotary light burn.
Yes,
I haven't. I just put it where I want. But
up, down, left, and right arrows. You can control it. Yeah.
That's how I move the laser out of the way.
What's that?
Your Z. Will spin the rotary.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you would just lock. You would use that command in your console and lock the motor. Let me just. It's in here somewhere. I'll find it. I think it's page 10, maybe. Let's see. Go ahead. You can keep talking in the meanwhile. I'll look for it.
All right.
Rick asking, I think, Rick, we've covered it. Nobody was using the 10 option tonight. Rich was using 30, and Patrick and I both doing 20.
Yeah.
And Mike, I think we might have already got to you, but if not, I'm just getting to you in the stream. Or in the, thank you, Mike, for your donation.
It's on page 10. Yeah, I was right. Page 10. So on page 10, if you want to lock the motor so that it can't move north and south, all you have to do, you put in $1 equals $2.55. But you got to remember that when you're done with that, moving it around and around, you got to do $1 equals 25 to unlock it again.
And are both of those values in the book?
Yeah, page 10.
Okay.
Yep. It's on the bottom of page 10. But it's just, it's easy to move it by hand. I mean,
yeah, I've done it manually. I've never used the controls.
Yeah.
Carrie, I have not used any of the blue painter's tape the entire my year and a half of laser engraving. I have, in fact, I bought this roll over a year ago.
Yeah.
and this has lasted me forever. I've not used any blue painter's tape. Just the
I find that the blue painter's tape is just so thick that you have to use so much more power to get the same results. With the laser masking tape or just regular masking, you know, I forget what it's called. The one that I bought is actually called laser masking tape. What does it say on? Do you have the cover on that?
I buy just the regular automotive tape. This is actually body shop paint or body shop tape.
Well, this is super thin.
Yeah, this is good. It's like crepe paper.
Yeah, that's right. It's just like really thin paper, and this is doubled over so that I can find the end. So it's super thin. Oh, let me see what it says here.
I cannot peel this thing off in one solid sheet because it wants to rip. It's that thin.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, you have to be careful putting it on.
And Kate, thank you. We appreciate your support. I don't know if you've been recognized yet tonight, but thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your donation.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
ET, I use Brilliance on what is that hot sauce? I put that on everything. I use Brilliance on my stainless. I have not used it on the glass yet because I get such good. Now, I'm curious, ET, when you use it on your glass, does it produce a black mark on your glass instead of an engraving?
I wonder if that can be done on the Rotary.
What?
Oh, the jaws aren't big enough to fit that.
The lampshade?
Yeah, even the small lampshade is pretty big.
Gail, I do not. These glasses here were large enough that I did not have to put anything in them. Some of the smaller diameter stuff that I use, I will sometimes either stuff paper in it, or I have even used aluminum foil. You know, anything to keep it from going all the way through.
And, yeah, I use black construction paper.
Yeah.
There's a fresh lampshade.
Very good.
Hold up, Patrick. Let me put you in big full screen. Go ahead.
Yeah. Fresh lampshade.
Nice. And you guys don't realize how good this looks in person. You can never see how good these things look on camera for some reason. I don't know why.
Chris had, I think it was Chris Gallagher. He had mentioned about when he had issues with the Rotary doing that, turning the Rotary on and off. In Lightburn, just turning the Rotary on and off and resetting the Rotary and stop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it was that layer issue, but then why would it do one side perfectly but not the other? I don't know what the issue was, but when I changed graphics, it worked fine. So I'm just not going to use that graphic.
Patrick.
Yo.
Steve's drinking.
I'm drinking. That's funny.
Thank you, Chicago Bob.
Thank you, Bob. As always. Okay, so let's see what we got. 93 entries. So if you want to enter into the contest tonight, we are giving away this tumbler, Bourbon Street tumbler with the LMR on it. And Patrick is giving away his lamp minus the light bulb. And Steve is giving away some cooking utensils. We're going to have 3 draws tonight.
Yep. I'm going to do 2, and
Stop going on, Patrick.
They'll be monogrammed. So the winner will have to let me know what name they want monogrammed in there. So 2
All right.
This is tonight's lamp that I just did. That's how this one will look.
Yeah, there's no
I'm
need
going
to
to remove him from the live.
Patrick, with the lampshade.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, once you have it setting on.
Oh
base,
no, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
So that's why I cut it off.
Yeah. When you had the lampshade sitting on, I said, "No, never mind. Ignore me. I'll shut up."
All right, so we're almost to the end of our stream tonight. If you want to win one of these prizes tonight, you have to type LMR in the comments. We're up to 99 entries. 100. We just hit 100.
And guys, there's 178 people viewing this. That's only half of what's needed in order to get Patrick's laser. Just pay attention. If you want a free laser, spread the word.
Yep. Yeah. Any of these live streams that we do, we got to hit that number of viewers. If you're not sharing the channel, sharing the live stream, we're not going to hit that number. It's all, the usual suspects that are here. And as soon as we hit that number, no matter when it is, we're going to give that laser away right then and there on the spot.
Kevin's asking about your leveling the project. He says he sees you're leveling the project. However, not all workbenches are level.
It only has to be level in the laser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The benches, as long as that level's level, the bubble's level, and the laser, it's all good.
Yeah. If your workbench isn't level, I would suggest that you level it.
And Pop, it might be the next live stream. You know who it's up to? It's up to you, buddy. It's all up to you.
Yep. We got to talk about it in the beginning of the live stream so that people can share it then and there, and we can get the viewers up. We'll talk about it in the beginning of the next live stream, and we'll see if we can reach that number. We did the last live stream, and Steve gave away the laser. So
yep, I hadn't seen a comment from Dano yet. Somebody said he commented, but I hadn't seen a comment from him yet.
Oh, and I did want to mention something else too. For you people that don't know it, we do have a Patreon set up for the Laser Makers Realm. So for those people that don't want to send a super chat or whatever the case may be, right there on the bottom of the screen, patreon.com/lasermakersrealm. You can sign up there.
And Kate asked what kind of light bulb I had in there. Oh, go ahead and get that one.
That's an antique bulb, ain't it? Or the make-believe antique bulb?
Yeah. This is the GE vintage style.
Yeah.
60-watt equivalent. It's a 5.5 watt LED.
Yeah, the LEDs. Those are cool.
Thank you, Jeremy, for that $20 donation.
Yep,
much appreciated. And thank you to Sharframade. Thank you for that $5 super sticker, and Tig, $5 donation. Thank you so much for those.
And I popped you up there, Mike, but didn't call you out. Thank you.
Mike Meredith, you didn't call him out?
I put him up, but I didn't call him out.
Thank you, Mike. All right, we are getting ready to do the giveaways tonight. We have 113 entries. Patrick, do you want to get ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You did say you had multiple layers on that file, Patrick, didn't you?
3, yes.
3 layers.
All right, here we go. We're going to go to this. Let me just check it real quick. That's it right there. Patrick, you ready?
Yep. Ready.
Okay, so this first drawing is going to be for my beautiful tumbler. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. And that is Kathy W. in Wisconsin. Kathy W., send an email to thelahobbygui@gmail.com. Stop that, Patrick.
Somebody had it on repeat play. I did not notice that.
See, I ain't touching nothing.
Okay, so that is our first winner. Kathy, send an email to thelahobbygui@gmail.com. Send me your name, your full name, and shipping address, and I'll get that out to you lickety split. We ready for the second?
Before you start the second one, since I
Okay.
see that Kathy W. in Wisconsin,
Mhm.
guys, I'm putting a little project together just because I'd love to see. I want to see a physical representation of the Laser Makers Realm, which means I would love to see where all you guys are at. So in the comments, I'm putting a map together in Google Maps that I can drop a pin for where everybody's located. So if you'd like to be included in the Laser Makers Realm, put in the comments your name.
Just send an email to lasermakersrealm@gmail.com. Wouldn't that be easier?
Not really.
No?
Then I got to open every email. Here I can just I can scroll through the chats.
Okay.
So just put in the chats your name and city, state, and or country, and I'm going to put together this map. And then once I get a really cool, I think it'd be cool to see everybody see that. So next drawing, please.
Okay, the next drawing is going to be for Patrick's lamp. So
this is for United States only.
Yes, U.S.
All the drawings are.
All of these are U.S. only. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Jimmy Lee. Congratulations.
Jimmy Lee gets the lamp.
Send an email to sales@lightsource.pro, sales@lightsource.pro with your name and your shipping address. Congratulations to Jimmy.
Congratulations.
All right.
You get the top secret lamp.
The top secret lamp. All right, we've got 2 more to go, and this is going to be for Steve's cooking utensils. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Mike Sauvy. So congratulations, Mike. Send an email to hobowithwood@gmail.com. That's hobowithwood@gmail.com. You got that, Steve?
I wrote down the name, and Mike, include in there what name you want monogrammed on it.
Oh yeah, don't forget these are going to be personalized. So you got to include in that email what you want, your shipping address, and what name you want to be personalized. And here we go for the second set of utensils. 3, 2, 1, go. And this is the last and final drawing.
Nipa
Javiri. Congratulations, Nipa. And that is the end of our drawings tonight. So Nipa, make sure you send an email to hobowithwood@gmail.com and include the personalization that you want, the name that you want to have on there, as well as your shipping address.
There are a couple of questions I want to still get to before we wrap this up if we got time.
Sure. We're getting down to the end.
Because the reason Terry Moss has got one, and you did this tonight before the live stream, and I was like, huh? Because I do what Terry does. Terry's got a question that says, if I don't enter the diameter of the workpiece, my round graphics will be oblong. How is it not doing that to Rich?
That's not, when you enter that diameter, that's just a calculator. That has nothing to do with light burn.
Yes, it does. Because I was screwing up. You've heard me do it several times this week. I did it on conversation. I talked about circumference versus diameter and confusing the two.
Mm-hmm.
When I put the wrong value in the wrong place, when I did my test grid, instead of getting a square test grid, it squished everything.
Okay, well, I can tell you that the diameter and circumference is just a calculator. Has nothing to do with light burn.
Well, when I put the wrong values in, I do get oddball stuff.
I don't. But I've been doing it a long time. I've never gotten anything oddball. So that you can ask Jason, the developer of Lightburn, and he will tell you that those two values right there. The only thing that matters in there is steps per rotation. The other two values are just so that you can do your own calculation of what the circumference is. So if you wanted to do a wrap graphic all the way around, you put in the diameter, it'll tell you how big that graphic needs to be to wrap the entire tumbler.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just a calculator. Next question. Send an email to Jason at lightburnsoftware.com and he'll confirm that for you.
Rich, will the Rotary allow you to restart from a specific point on the job, just like in preview mode?
I don't know. I've never tried it.
Well, even if you could, by the time you recognize you've got a problem, it's too late. You've ruined your product.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me turn that off in my software now while I'm thinking about it, because I'll forget about that later. Don't forget to always turn off your Rotary when you're done using it.
Yeah. And what settings did you use on the 30 watt?
I think I mentioned it earlier. Let me see. 30,000 millimeters per minute and 45% power.
Chris is the cut up.
Yeah.
Stop your live stream and all the problems go away.
I was going to pause it when Patrick was showing off earlier, but
Donnie's asking, how did you run lines around the engraving? I'm guessing he's talking about your line after fill, Patrick.
That is correct. I had a sub layer that was set for a line.
Yeah.
Can a light burn camera be used on the CO2?
Can be used on any laser.
You know, Patrick, I seen you do something in one of your live streams or one of your videos that I'm going to have to get you to teach. You are actually using an Android camera or using the phone cameras with some type and had multiple things going on. Yeah,
yes.
That's not too difficult to do either, apparently.
No. Nope.
So
depending on what other equipment you have, you can set it up one of two ways, but neither of them are difficult.
Because like you guys are all your fancy cameras everywhere. I don't have all that, but I got a bunch of Android cameras, phones laying around.
Yeah, those I always had a problem with the phones. Patrick uses an app for his phone, but never did work right for me.
Do you need to have two images showing on the bed if you're doing both sides? Depends on how you run the job, Mark. If you're going to run both sides in one job, yes, you got to have both images on the bed. But like Rich did tonight, he did two images on that tumbler, but one image on the bed at a time. Yeah.
So if I were going to do both of them, like let's say that I had this cup right here. Well, what I would do is I would find out then I would use that tool in the laser tools and put in the diameter, and it would give me the circumference. And then I would just divide that by 2. I'd make like a little drawing of boxes, divide that by 2 so that there are 4 lines, and I'd put the graphics on the 2 in the middle, and then those would be perfectly centered on both sides. And of course, put those on a tool path.
You do 4 boxes and put them on the lines in the 2 middle. Okay.
Yeah, I can show you real quick if you want to.
I just do 3 boxes, the first one and the last one.
Yeah, you can do that. Automatically puts the 4 lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 2 boxes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll have, as long as you have 4 lines in there, that's all you need to have. You just use the 2 middle ones to position your graphics. Put those on a tool path, and then it'll do both sides perfectly. Yeah, that's how I usually do it. But tonight I did it differently and wound up with different results.
And just another, why didn't you use light burn to rotate it, but instead of doing it by hand?
It's easy just to turn it by hand.
Yeah, because I didn't realize. Yeah, and then
Well, then once I change that move distance, then when I go to do the other side, it may not be exactly in the same spot. So I didn't want to change the move distance. So I just opened the cover and turned it.
Yeah, and with the chuck rotary, those 3 prongs. I mean, and if you're doing 180s, that's
you get it lined up perfect.
Yeah, because that one is top dead center, and then when you rotate it, it's there. You go. It's easy.
Yeah. No, it's real easy to do it. It's much easier to just rotate it by hand real quickly.
Did we say thank you to Herbert?
I didn't see that one. Thank you, Herbert.
I didn't either. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, that must be way back. I think we did. Actually, I don't even see it in here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we did. Herbert, Kevin, Bob, Jeremy. You must be way back there.
I'm sorry.
And let's see. Gail is saying that I'm right about that calculator. Thank you, Gail. I needed some backup from somewhere.
Well, I know when I put a value in there and it's not right, it'll screw up.
It did. Lightburn doesn't even recognize it. Doesn't even know what it is. It's just a calculator.
What squished my? And that it's not. That was supposed to be a regular 5x5 test grid.
Yeah, well, that was something that you did in the laser tools, right?
Yeah.
You may have had a setting off in there. So when you go into the material test in laser tools, either your material setting or your text setting or both.
But I've had it do it on graphics too. I'll play with it, and once I figure out what I did that screwed it up, I'll contact you. So here, go do this.
Yeah, I've never had it screw up, and I've been doing it for the last 3 or 4 years on diode lasers.
Well,
so
hey,
from the Ortour to all different. I never even go to that calculator. I always do it with my caliper, and I just measure the diameter.
All right, so I'm down to all the LMRs now, so I don't know if there's any more questions.
I mean the circumference.
Is there enough? Tennessee's asking, is there enough cable on the rotary to reach once you turn it around?
Yeah, it'll be in the same spot because you'll be flipping it over 180 degrees.
Rotating the head.
Yeah, it'll be in the same spot.
Why does the ambassador always have the live problems?
Yeah, you can say that again.
If you remove the bottom plate, how do you get the roller assembly realigned so that it's centered properly?
Well, from what I can see, I haven't done it yet, but once you take the bottom plate off, when you flip the head over and put the long part out the left side of the laser, you can index it up against the side of the laser instead of using the pins. Steve looks confused. So in other words, just bump it up against the side.
Well, that's going to square it, but that's not going to give you the center chuck position like the predefined position.
No, you just move it with the arrow keys until it's in the middle.
Yeah. Yep. And I think that's more of his question.
You just have to manually align it.
Yeah. How do you get the roller assembly realigned? Yeah, so you can square it off the side of the machine, but you've just got to start positioning it.
Well, another thing that you could always do if you're doing it on a workbench is you can put the adapter on with the bottom plate removed so that you can reach the workbench and you can score a line. You can measure the size of it and score a square there where to put it.
Pop, I'm going to, now you're a regular viewer and I appreciate you, but you look like you got a little similar age as Rich there and a lot of the same characteristics. We've said it a couple times. Experience, yeah. So I'm going to say it so that you'll understand it. It's up to you. The next time we give away Patrick's laser is up to Pop alone. You are solely responsible for getting 350 viewers on the channel and 350 likes. And when you do, we're going to give away his laser. So it's up to you. We can do that on the next live stream if you can make that happen. But that's the requirements, Pop. 350 viewers and 350 likes, regardless which live stream it is. It might be the next one. It might be 2 from now. 350 viewers, 350 likes. We'll stop and give away his laser.
Okay, I'm gonna call it a night. I was up all night last night. We're already at an hour and 45 minutes, so we're supposed to go 90 minutes. So let's call it a night for tonight, and say good night to everyone. And we will see you again in
2
somebody
weeks.
needs to say it. 2 weeks.
2
There you go.
weeks.
So thank you everyone for coming here tonight. Thank you for being in the live stream.
Thank you for the support.
Congratulations to the winners. Go ahead,
Thank you
Steve.
for the donations.
Thank you all for the donations. Much appreciated. And we will see you in the next one.